One day I'll turn it the right way. There we go. Happy Thursday, everybody. I hope everybody's having a nice week. Let me know if the audio is working today or if we're having troubles like last week. Hopefully it is all good. Oh, let me get rid of my email. Caleb, here and on time, giving the people what they want. You're really the initiator of our group chat. So if you're not here, it's just the chat's not the same. But I don't know where all of your friends are. Oh, okay. Omar is here. Good, happy days. Now we can get the party started. Drinking problem, Aunt Lo. No. Caleb, what do you mean? That's just me. This is why I can never drink liquids that have a color in them because I spill. I think I was talking about it last week that I don't like the new Fit Aid. I like the flavor of the new Fit Aid, but the color is red, so it causes me a lot of issues. Matt, wrong podcast. What do you mean? You're here for the party. You're right on time. Oh, it's because you said, bam, we're live. Dina, happy Thursday. Sagan, let's see the hoodie. I'm in the hoodie. I wore the hoodie to the show because it is the main star. Let's be honest. This is my getting ready hoodie now. It gets makeup all over it. Apparently this thing is indestructible, so I can understand why the man wants it back because I've spilled my makeup on it. I've washed it and there's no stains. So, Marco, what's going on? But yeah, it's a great hoodie. It's just a Carhartt hoodie. I'm curious, how expensive are they? Oops. Oh, okay. It's $60, $59.99. Like, come on. Seriously? We're trying to get back $60 from somebody? That's petty. I'm not the petty one. That's petty. Is this the hoodie you stole from that dude? No, no, no. I did not steal. The hoodie was offered, and I wore the hoodie back to my house, and we were still going on dates, and then eventually he ghosted me. So I didn't steal the hoodie. I thought eventually he was gonna get it back, but this seems like a him problem now, not me. So tell us about this Andrew Faco guy. Uh, oh, wait. Say Carhartt like you would if you weren't trying to cover up your accent. Caleb, what do you mean? I don't have an accent. Carhartt? Carhartt? If you're from Boston? How would you say it? What are you talking about? Slithering around still. Oh, what a loser. Walk of shame hoodie. No, absolutely not. Not at all. Jenny, good to see you. No. So, I mean, this man's biggest redeeming factor is he had a boat, and that's why I had the hoodie because on the way, so we went to this restaurant, we played trivia one time, and he was smart and anticipated that it was going to be cold on the way back, so he brought a hoodie, and this was the hoodie I went home in. You definitely have an accent. How do I have an accent? Okay, guys, let me know. What is my accent? Do you have the same facial care routine as DB? I know that hers is very involved. She's got a lot of steps. I definitely don't think that we use the same products. Maybe the amount of steps that we take is similar or the same. Unsure. I guess I would have to maybe I'll ask her. You know what they say about guys with boats? They can't commit. Like he was in how old was he? I feel like he was in his early to early to mid 40s. I think. I knew he was a bit older. Is the chat positive or negative today? When has the chat here ever been negative, Patrick? Like, you haven't been here enough. The chat is always positive. Yeah, it really is. What's excessive? My accent? Oh, Caleb, I'm not getting involved in anybody's stories talking. I didn't see it, so I don't know what you're talking about. I don't get involved with that stuff. Can't you say I have enough trauma in my own life with old people just wandering back into my life that have been ghosted? Like, I can't keep up with everybody else's drama. Jesus Christ. Actually, and Caleb, that just reminded me, you had a good question. Also, I didn't get many responses from that, but y'all go ham when it's the "Ask Me Anything" anonymous. What is everybody's problem with not just identifying yourself with the question? I do not understand that. Get involved, Lo. No, I'm involved in enough of my own stuff. Okay, so Caleb was one of our few people who answered the ask questions for the show. Now that you have a pistol, when are you going to get a rifle? Great question, complicated question given where I live. So the way that we would use a rifle for tactical games, the way that you load the bullets into the chamber and the way that you use magazines and how many bullets you could have in your magazines, depending where you live. That's what makes it really complicated to not have a rifle here. I have rifles that I use when I go to Texas and when I'm going to compete. So, me investing in a really nice rifle with like all of the bells and whistles, I wouldn't be I wouldn't be legally allowed to use it the same here versus if I go compete in tactical games. So it just gets a little more hairy with the ruling behind it. Like with my pistol, the only thing that I really have to worry about in New York is I can't have a magazine with more than 10 rounds in it. Or tactical games we do. You don't have to, but it obviously like for certain stages it would make more sense. Where do you ask for questions? Sugon. In Instagram, the little sticker you can put there and ask me anything, or you can prompt a question and then people can give answers. That's where. Disappointed to see you weren't watching Jake and I's podcast this evening. Send me a link. Send me a link and I will join and watch. What's the rifle that you want? Honestly, um, I I don't know because when it comes to pistol, I get a lot more use and have used other people's. So I had more knowledge on, what a SAR was new for me, but before that, or the first time I did that. So I had a feel of what the SAR was going to be like. I have a feel of what SIG, Glock, staccato, all of those things. With rifle, less variance from what I'm using. I think Sons of Liberty is probably the one that I'll use when I compete. The only problem is whichever one I've been borrowing from one of the people who runs tactical games, it's quite heavy. And that I realized when you're freestanding with it, even though I can take the sling and kind of wrap it around really tight to gain some stability, it's still super heavy. So as corny as this sounds, I've just been like holding a dumbbell straight arm to try to build whatever strength I'm lacking in that movement. But Mr. Jake, hello. Jan, you better send your resume too. Yeah, I love to read over people's resumes. When's the collab with Kat coming? I don't know. Hopefully soon. TBD. Sagan doesn't have Instagram? Dude, what are you doing? Do you live under a rock? You miss a lot. Okay, actually, in a secret life, I wish that I had no social media. I would love to just get rid of it. I never will, obviously, but in another life, that could be cool. Hard or soft resume? Yes, definitely not soft. Okay, next question. Bad Moon Risen, he says, "Fine, I'll marry you." That's funny. Craig, can you explain why rugby women matches aren't closer in score? Craig, are you referring to women's elite rugby, which is the league that I cover, or women's rugby in general? Because currently I'm only paying attention to the league that I cover. And I will say my knowledge of the league, the players, the athletes, um, so they have 6 teams. They have 2 on the West Coast, 2 in the Central, and 2 in the East Coast. And they had, to my knowledge, I'm pretty sure they had a draft at the beginning of the season. And a lot of these women have either played on other teams or leagues together or played against each other, whatever. But so essentially they were kind of the way that in CrossFit, for teams, you used to be able to build these super teams. They were trying to build super teams to the region. Like you could put, Denver is my number one choice, Chicago is my number two, and you could kind of rank like the regions that you want to live in, or the teams that you want to be in. So I think a lot of like the good players who have played in other like leagues together, they really bunch themselves up. However, something interesting about the league right now is a handful of the athletes on these teams have gone to play with the national team right now, and they play through May, almost to the beginning of June, I think. So now there's starting to be some switch ups and some really some closer matches with scoring. Caleb, be right back. Don't say anything important. I don't know what you consider important. I have Snapchat though, Sagan. How did I know you would have Snapchat? That's a red flag. Red flag. I'm contemplating ditching social media now. I'm not running my coaching business. Okay. What do you think that you'll miss most about ditching social media? Hmm. I honestly don't even know what I would miss most about that. Maybe, I mean, first of all, not being able to kind of like virtually catch up with people, but also um my late night reel suck where, I get to watch, funny reels before I go to bed. I know that's terrible for you because of the blue light, but, you know, can't do everything. What was I just going to click through? Okay, next question. Uh Casey Quinn, doing any more PGA Tour stuff? Not to my knowledge. The PGA event that I worked last year, they were just tapering down their media budget, so that's why I didn't go back with them this year, but maybe in the future some PGA stuff. I enjoy golf and really like it as a fan. But I will say when it comes to the type of wow, I cannot speak today. The type of commentary or even vibe that fits my personality probably isn't really golf. Like you have to be very quiet and you have to be very much like less chaotic, less loud. A lot of my personality traits and characteristics and all of those things is more of a like a hype sport where you can be loud, you can be gritty, you can, get crazy. Patrick, the toxic bitch, I'll miss that. What do you I don't okay. Is that somebody on Instagram? Like, oh god, that sounds terrible. Absolutely terrible. Craig, what's up? Good. I'm glad that you heard the question. Okay, big hair energy. What am I getting back on? What the heck? Back to the studio. um that's one of my friends from home who, he's been on my YouTube channel and in I think one or two Instagram reels just when I'm homing in with friends. What is your oh, sorry. Good news, Rich, for you. What is your favorite hoodie apparel or brand of hoodies? LOL. Carhartt, top candidate, top candidate. We love it. Honestly, like, it's a good, sturdy, thick quality sweatshirt. So at the end of the day, I don't blame him that he wants it back, but he ain't never seeing this again. Um, joking aside, I really love LSKD's crew necks with like the big LSKD, and it's the bright colors, and I really, really like the style and the looks of those right now. But then also I have a couple of zip ups from Viore that I really like the style and look of. Mr. Jake, loud men are the absolute worst. Yikes. Do you take creatine? Yes, I take. So I used to take only, and that's all of our questions in the Instagram. I used to take 5 grams of creatine because that is what I heard was the way. And then I don't know if I read it somewhere or heard it on a podcast or something. I heard of people taking 10 grams. So then I upped it to 10 grams. And that's what I've been doing for, I would say, within the last year or so. I upped it to 10 grams. And then I saw Craig Ritchie right now is taking 20 grams of creatine. Holy hell. And I asked him about it, and he said that it had to do with like that's at the point that you see better cognitive functions. So I'm really curious about that. Does TEF discount still work at Vuori? I actually think it does, because it's only for one time that the code works. So either use a different email or something if you want to get the discount. But also, yeah, let me know if it does still work. Love me some Lululemon hoodies. I've actually never worn a Lululemon hoodie. I like their sports bras and I like their crop tops though. Their leggings, it's a hit or miss. And I don't know the material enough to ever order online. So, Noelle, good to see you. Sagan, what do you mean who watches him these days? I like him and Jazz. I think that they're very talented people and they're very kind people. So I'm a fan of them. Whether you guys are or not, I think they are lovely. Ooh, Jeremy, welcome. Every 3 minutes for 10 rounds. Oh, 10 rounds, anything. That'll give you a headache. 20 calorie skierg. Max burpees in remaining time. Ugh. Yeah, that sounds awful. Absolutely awful. Today, what did I do? I did a mix of, oh my gosh, today I did so much accessory work. I normally rest now on Thursdays, but I didn't because I'm working a tactical games event this weekend. So I won't be able to work out Saturday or Sunday. So I did some accessory work and then I did a vested workout. It was 20-minute AMRAP, 20 box step ups, 100 feet of lateral bear crawls, which don't underestimate it, because at first I looked at it and I was like, oh, this is going to be so lame. And then I was like, oh my God, I can't even do 100 feet unbroken. Then 100-foot walking lunge, and then 200 feet farmer's carry, 50s in both hands, 400-meter run. And boy, it doesn't seem that bad, but if you try to push the pace on that, that'll be a tough one. I just went back and listened to your response to my question. Yes. Okay. And now it makes sense why the final scores aren't closer. Yeah. The match that the games were really close was actually New York versus Boston, both times on opening weekend. They were either only 2 or 3 point difference. And I think it was almost that close this past weekend. But yeah, other than that, we're seeing some blowouts this season, but I'm hopeful now, at least for the next 2 or 3 games, the matches are a little bit tighter just because some of those national ranked athletes are out for a bit. Have to give you a hand for understanding that Anchorman reference on this week's episode. Yes, Noelle, there are some movies that I have seen, but Tommy and Sean's preferences for movies, 9 times out of 10, their spectrum is way over here and mine is way over here. I'm here for the rom-coms, just the normal comedy, just the normal little love stories, a little bit of fantasy depending, like Harry Potter, Twilight, um that might be where it starts and stops. Anything vampire-y, I kinda like that too. But yeah, like, so we have very, very different tastes on what we enjoy for a good movie. Marco, I did 3 rounds of 30 toes to bar, 30 wall balls, 12-minute cap. Ooh, I don't really like either of those movements, but that kinda looks like it could be fun. How long did it take you? Or did you get capped? How many, where did you end? Oop. I know a professional rugby player in England, Simi Pam, plays for Bristol Bears. Oh, how cool. Have you ever gone and watched any of their matches? So this weekend, I'm going to be gone when we do our live next Thursday. Ooh, is Thursday the event? TBD on next week. So, okay, we'll go through my schedule and then we'll chat about maybe what we can do. The time difference. I'm trying to do it in my head. You guys can help me in real time. So I leave tomorrow for Reno, Nevada. I am there to cover Tactical Games event for Saturday and Sunday. Then on Monday, I fly to Vegas to do a Green Beret celebrity charity event, essentially, out at the shooting range, at the Staccato shooting range in, not in Texas though, in Vegas. And then from there I go to Minneapolis for rugby. So I'm trying to determine the event with the charitable trust on Thursday is until about 5, but that is Vegas on Mountain Time or Pacific Time? Um Efforting. I think Pacific. Vegas. Vegas time zone. Okay, Pacific. So 3-hour difference. Yeah, so we will change. Maybe we'll do this on Wednesday night. We'll have to see. Caleb, Green Beret. Oh, hold on, I'll get you in a minute. Marco, 11:58. Nice, good job. Green Berets and celebrities. Yes. So essentially, what happens is this organization. It's Special Forces Charitable Trust is the name of the organization. So they team up. I don't know how many times a year. I know that this is the second one that I've covered for them within the calendar year. They team Green Berets up with celebrities for a 1-day shooting match, essentially. And these celebrities can be anywhere from actors, actresses, former sports players, a country. Well, I'm just thinking country music because that's who was there last year. But here I have the names of the celebrities. The only one I can think of off the top of my head is Shawn Johnson. And I'm really excited that she's going to be there. Where is this email? Oh, because I'm in it, dummy. Okay, Mick Maynard, Ryan Bader, Jack Osborne, Andrew East, Dan Henderson, Sean Johnson, Chuck Wicks, Raquel Pennington, and then AJ Buckley and Tyler Gray. So those are the celebrities that will be there. So yeah, it's a one-day event. They are teamed up, and then there's a point system, and then afterwards there's this really, really nice dinner where they have a roast where the celebrities all roast each other, and the last one was really freaking good. And then it's, dinner, open bar, they have awards, they win really freaking cool prizes, and it's just a ton of fun. Are there any ladies in here? Oh, in the chat. Olivia is here. Caleb drove him away. Oh my goodness. Um, if a soldier had crazy accomplishments, does that make him more fuckable? What? More than what? Like, are you alluding to a past conversation we've had on here or what? I need you be more specific. Be more specific. Some UFC guys and Ozzy Osbourne's son. Yep. So the UFC got so most of those, except for two people, were returners. Jack Osbourne, super cool dude, very personable, easy to talk to. Um, Chuck Wicks, he singer or actor? I think he's in TV. American musical artist. Dang it, I was wrong. What genre? I feel like he's country. What is he? Oh, actor and producer. Yeah, known for CMT Hot 20 countdowns, Dropout, and a unicorn for Christmas. Ooh. I don't know what that is. Yeah, so he was super cool. He was somebody who was really good at the roast. Yeah, Dan Henderson is the UFC guy, or at least one of them. Raquel Pennington, something in that fighting genre. Um, but yeah, so it should be fun. Caleb is an accomplished soldier, Jeremy. Oh my god. Like he's got some crazy war stories for missions he was on. I'm I'm the least accomplished soldier, actually. Caleb, I think you have definitely been here for like my former dating stories. I I try not to date anybody who is a current or former soldier at all. We've gone down those. Well, okay, if they were retired, I would consider it, but like active duty or even reserves, no. No, we can't go back down that road. That's a chapter in my life. That is actually not even a chapter. That is a book that I have put on the bookshelf and we're done with that. So, no. No, no, thank you. AJ Buckley. Let's see. Oop. Canadian actor. Yeah. Actor, producer, entrepreneur. Oh, right, might be. Yeah, yeah. Uh, what else? So yeah, that's gonna be what I'm up to, and then I get home and I have my local CrossFit comp, and I'm super pumped for that. It's gonna be a good time. It's teams of 4. Oh, he's Irish. Some of us are pretty cool though. No, Caleb, I would agree. A lot of them are cool, and I love being friends with them. I just don't wanna date them. Love them to be friends. Great, great, fun vibes. I'm here for it, but not looking to date. But thank you for trying to persuade me here. Okay, who was I looking up? The Irish guy. Oh, that Justin guy. Justin Melnick, a film actor. Ooh, he cute. Look at like the first picture that came up is him with his looks to be German shepherd over his neck. Let's see. Ooh, riding horses. Love to see that. Aw, he has a really cute family. Married, children, etc. But Olivia, yeah. Yep. Um, suck on what is happening? Sounds anti-American to me. What makes me anti-American? Because I won't date a soldier? I've dated them. It almost always ends the same. Why wouldn't you date Caleb? Caleb, the name that you have in this chat? No, we don't do that here. We don't do that here. Get that name out of this conversation. Um Ortega, you're late. Nobody's taking the time to fill you in with the chat. You got to show up on time. Priorities, my guy. If you're friends with the dude, he doesn't want to just he doesn't want to just be your friend. Just saying. Okay, well, at this point in my life, all of my guy friends have remained my guy friends, and if they don't want to be my friend, then don't tell me. Let me just keep being your friend. Like, I will make it very obvious if I want to turn the friendship into more. Very obvious. I'm very bold. Oh, Caleb, why are you offended? Aw. They realize you hate America and they break up with you. Jeremy, you sound a little bitter today. Oh, man. They were on SEAL Team, the show, My Secret Obsession. Great show. Oh my gosh. Now I'm just sitting back and waiting. You guys were bumping off in the chat. Now we're just getting quiet. Oh no, there you go. Okay, this conversation's gotta end. It's gotta end. What am I hot and bothered by? Oh my god, Ortega. What am I hot and bothered by, Caleb? I'm just offensive because I've been through some shit and y'all are trying to now make me look like the bad guy. I don't like that. Ay, 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 ay. Mhm. What's everybody making for dinner? I don't know what I want today. Yesterday, I had some of the best sushi maybe I'll get sushi again. Some of the best sushi that I've had in a long time. It was very, very good. Big fan. Bubba B, what's the stankiest stank you ever stanked? Oh my god. You know Aunt Lo. No, I don't. Because if you're thinking what I think you're thinking, you couldn't be further wrong. Further. We want what's best for you, thank you. How do we call in? You don't call in. Patrick, this is all too negative for you. What are you talking about? But good night. Thanks for dropping by. Noelle, not making anything, going to get burgers with friends and watch the draft. But last night I made steak with veggies. Ooh, that sounds very good. I'm actually curious. I was talking about it with a friend today. Is any like does anybody get really pumped for the draft? Like, do people have viewing parties? Do people celebrate it? I don't even know if celebrate it is the right term, but like who gets really pumped? Like maybe pumped to see the final rosters, but the process on it, I'm really curious. I want to hear somebody tell me why they're so passionate about the draft. Did you watch Brian Friend on the Froning podcast? I did not. I just saw the clips on social. What's your favorite quotable movie? Marco, come on now. um, Help me, I'm poor from Bridesmaids. There you go. She's on the plane. She wants to sit in first class. She doesn't have enough money to sit in first class. So great quotable movie for me. Okay, Caleb, now I'm just so confused. I'm so confused. Pumped it's at Lambeau, yeah. I actually was going to go. I got asked to go and help with some media stuff on what day is today? On Monday, and I was just like, as much as I wanna go, this is way too last minute, especially now that I'm, like, about to travel for almost a week and a half, so yeah. Da, 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 da. Tomorrow I'm making I've never heard of that. What is that? Elaborate on what this is. Is that a drink? Is that food, Olivia? Um, the People's family who's getting drafted, they get hyped. I would imagine that they or, friends would get hyped about that. Why didn't you watch? I don't really watch any um full CrossFit podcasts. Like truly, I don't. I used to consume every single one. Truly every single one, and I think that I went a little too hard in the paint and then just got burnt out from it. So there's if I see something that I'm like, "Oh, this is something that I should know," or it truly it gives me interest, I will watch normally at double speed or, when I'm getting ready in the morning, I'll put it on if it's a podcast. But overall, I try to do my listening of podcasts and other things outside of CrossFit, like crime. Jan, I'm back. I also messaged you. Okay, great. I will check it. I did see that I got a notification from you. Um, So thank you for sending me a message. I'll reply after this. I get interested in the draft at least for the first few rounds. Usually the first 3 early rounds are likely to make the teams and hopefully fill needs and gaps of the teams. Yeah, Noelle, I think that's a good point that at the beginning it's interested and then that's about it. My most recent ex loved the movie Bridesmaids. Yeah, Bridesmaids is amazing. Ooh, Olivia, French food. Ooh, I'm going to have to search that. Yum. How can you do a CrossFit podcast but not consume content? Well, I do consume content. That doesn't necessarily mean that I need to listen to podcasts. I can read or I use AI for a lot of it. Hey, you plug it in and then give me the cliff notes for this. Uh but like I said, sometimes I do when it is relevant for me to know and have the knowledge and I see value, then I will, but I'm not doing it all the time. They're boring, aren't they? Who's boring? How are your sardines? Oh my god, they are amazing. I picked them up on when did I go to the I went to the sheriff's department to get all of them on my permit on Monday and then on Wednesday. So yesterday, oh my god, yesterday I went and picked them all up, brought them home, have already done some dry fire in my backyard, hoping that nobody calls the cops on me. Not because it's illegal, but just because, if people saw me pointing a gun in my backyard, they would think that I was doing something stupid. Um, but yeah, they're great. They're so much fun. I'm sad that I can't well, I could travel with them, but it would just be a process that I'm not willing to do just for, like, funsies. I'll do it when I go to compete in May. I'll bring the pistol that I have here, and I'll go through what that process looks like and whatever, make a YouTube video on it. But, I'm sad that, I just got them in and now I have to leave, so I can't even use them. I don't get to do my Action League shooting this coming Monday, so I have to wait another week before I can actually use my own guns there. So yeah, you know. What CrossFit content do you consume? Um, when I read stuff, it's typically a mix of the barbell spin and morning chalk up. I'll kind of go to both of them and see like, okay, who's covering what? Like if they both have like a same story, I'll read both of them just so I can get they each have a very different I would call it like a tone. They have they have a very different tone. So I like to see both of them. And then yeah, like and then I mean I follow all of the Instagram accounts or accounts on Instagram. So I'll look at that too. And then if I need to go to a link, I'll go to a link. Do you listen to any political podcasts, comedy podcasts? Um I uh I would say not really. I listen to okay, so what are my top podcasts right now? Um Regular Call Her Daddy, regular Joe Rogan, but it takes me a lot longer to get through his podcasts because they are quite long. So I don't listen to all of them. I just listen if I think it is going to be of interest. Um I listen to oh my hold on. What is this? Oops. Uh, I listen to Crime Junkie. That's where I do all of my crime. I listen to Modern Wisdom. I was listening to Axios for a while. It's kind of like it's basically just a news podcast, and it would be anywhere from 5 to 10 minutes, very very short, and it would just be uh world and national headlines essentially, and sometimes they would have what they would call one big thing, and it would be whatever their biggest topic of the day is. Sometimes they would interview somebody and have a quick little soundbite, but I liked it because it was very very short and sweet, and then allowed me, if I'm interested in something, or oh my gosh, like I can't believe that's happening, then I'll go to the Associated Press or whatever and read more, or watch more. um yeah, so that's not a political podcast. That's just, news, what's happening. What's it like? What was it like working with Brian at Morning Chalk Up and TEF? What do you mean? What was it like? I know what you're trying to do here, so I'm just not gonna say anything because I'm not getting involved. I'm not getting involved in anything. The process is easy, just make sure they're locked in the case and have no cable through ammo in the mag as well. Well, the process isn't as easy in New York from people who I've spoken with who have gone through the airport here. Uh, Look up this new gun, Lauren. OPOS Venator. I've never heard of that. Isn't Axios left leaning? Yeah, I would say it's I mean, none of them are right in the middle. Definitely none of them are right in the middle. I would say they lean a little far left, but or a little more left than right, but again, what I liked about it is it wasn't long enough to interject anybody's opinion. It was very much just fact. Here are the top headlines. And of course, you can tell by words that either the right or left use, you can tell what their motive is or how they feel or whatever. So that's why a lot of the time, like if I do have news on, not at my home because I don't have cable, but if I go to my parents' house and they're talking about something on the news, I'll switch networks, I'll listen to the other side, and then I'll make my own decision. Like it's not that hard. Um that bad, eh? No, I'm not saying it's bad. I'm not saying it's good. I'm not saying anything because I'm just not getting involved. Omar, call her daddy. Heck yeah. Do you go back as far as Alex Cooper and Sophia's hosts? Yes. I was a longtime listener for the entire um turmoil breakup of Alex and Sophia, and even, Dave Portnoy getting involved and them wanting to call her daddy and like asking for more money because Sophia's boyfriend at the time was like strong arming them. Yes. Omar, I appreciate you knowing all of this because dang, been through a lot, but also really cool to hear the elevation of what her podcast used to be and how it's turned into this massive thing that hosts some really good conversations with people. Always good in the middle. Yeah. Yes, it is. I enjoy sitting where I am. It's not even being in the middle, it's just being informed. Making sure that you have all of the information in order to make the best decision with your life. Da, 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 da. What other podcasts? Yeah. Oh, and Love Life with Matthew Hussey. It is so good. So good. I've listened to a little bit of Mel Robbins lately. She wrote the book Let Them. That's a really good book. She also has a podcast. Come on, spill the tea. What tea? What tea? I give you guys like 97.3% of the tea. Isn't Call Her Daddy a naughty podcast? Um, it de- it depends on the episode. Not so much anymore. Now Alex, the host, she really just interviews, celebrities, artists, people in pop culture, um, people of interest, it's good. Oh, Jonathan, he just got the book. Jeremy, I don't reveal who I vote for. I don't. It's not something that I talk about. I also don't think that it is great to like try to influence people by telling them who you did or did not vote for. So, yep. Wadlands. No, tell us more. You should listen to Theo Von podcast or Hey Babe. Okay, good. I'll add those to the list. What other ones? Um, yeah, I really like crime. I really like National Geographic type stuff. Like I could sit that with that on my TV or like a podcast episode for forever. I could just keep on listening. It's so interesting to me. Um what else? Yeah, I would say that's about it. I mean, I feel like that's a lot. Not a podcast, but listen to Girl Talk. It's music. Oh, okay. Interesting. I'll have to look that one up. Girl Talk. Okay, okay. Here for it. Um I just started reading the fairy books. I think I told you guys. We want the other 2.7% of the tea. No, some of it's got to stay here in my heart. No, I tell you guys history hyenas too. Ooh, that sounds good. No, I tell you guys mostly everything, but you know, a few percentages get withheld until I get more information. You know what I mean? You guys don't know everything that happens right on the money when it happens. You might have a little delay in when I relay the knowledge. Great pod, Olivia. Okay. Like to hear that. Good podcasts. Yeah. I like them when I do bike intervals or long things, or even when I'm cleaning my house. That's when I really like listening to them. Not so much on airplanes because I typically fall asleep almost immediately when I'm on the plane. Or if I'm flying during the day, I'm normally on my laptop doing work. And I am not the type of person who can work and listen to music or work and um listen to podcasts. For whatever reason, if I'm doing something, even if it's not really reading, I can't focus. I suppose sometimes editing, if it's just video and I'm not necessarily doing the audio, I could, but people who can listen to full podcasts and study for a test or do things like that. I just remember in college, one of my housemates, she was a nurse and she could listen to podcasts, music, and study. And my brain don't do that. What trash TV are you watching right meow? Honestly, nothing now that Younger's over, Yellowstone is over. Oh, I'm watching the new season of it's the one with the hotel and people die. It's got a weird name, and I can hear, like, the theme song. It's, like, kinda creepy. I feel like this one's in Bali or maybe something like that. But if anybody can think of what that's called, I don't know if that made it easier or harder. Um, would you be open to an open relationship? No, I wouldn't. Not my cup of tea. Am I reading anything? Yeah, I'm reading the Sexy Fairies book. I got it packed for my trip. So excited. um, so okay, here, I'm telling you guys in real time as it's happening. So what did I do today? Okay, so I went to my eyelash appointment. I got my eyelashes done. And it's funny because I see my eyelash lady every, 2 to 3 weeks. So her and I keep in touch quite a bit. So she gets to know everything just as you guys do. And today I was just telling her like dating fucking sucks. I'm so over it. Like I just can't anymore. And then she goes, "Oh my god, one of my friends is single. I can't believe I've never thought of this person." Blah blah blah. Blah. And she's chatting, she's telling me like the qualities about him, telling me, what she think his like potential red flags could be. And it was, we're chatting for like an hour. And so then before I leave, I was like, "Okay, you gotta tell me, like, what is his Instagram?" Because I don't care. I'll send him a message and be like, "Oh my god, our mutual friend was telling me about you," whatever. So she tells me his name, I type it in, and, um, he's and I click his name, he's already following me. So I was like, "Oh my god, like, this is even more of an in." Like, we have all of these, like, mutual friends, like, on Instagram, whatever. So I messaged him and he he just messaged me back, "Oh, I love her. She's great. She was telling me all about your convo today," with the sweaty face emoji. Ooh, too funny. Why do you feel the need to get fake eyelashes? Um, this is exactly how my eyelashes would and do look when I put mascara on them. So I go because now I don't need to put mascara on them. So it makes my day much quicker. I just wake up, I wash my face, brush my teeth, and I leave. Don't need to put anything on there. It takes an hour to get eyelashes. Yeah. You should hear how long I'm at the hair salon, like to put blonde in my hair. I'm there 3 to 4 hours. So the eyelash appointment is very, very quick. Um, there's many different sizing options for eyelashes. It's a preference thing. Okay. We are approaching our hour. I'm starting to get hungry. We will do a live show next week. It just won't be on Thursday. I will update you guys through Instagram. I will put the link and we will continue. Should I get eyelashes? Yeah. Yeah, do it, Ortega. Okay, guys, have a great weekend. Thank you, as always, for joining our fun little chat. I love our little Thursday ritual. Make sure you like, subscribe, send this to a friend, and we'll run this back. Bye-bye.